Hello and welcome everybody to another Pioneer Masters Draft. I'm Paul Cheon, and today we are sitting at Mythic rank number 412. This is right after my loss to not make it into day 2 of the Arena Open. So it feels bad. It's rough. It's tough. But I do need to make a video for tomorrow. I was hoping the video for tomorrow was the day 2 draft video, and instead it is a normal draft video. Hoping to do better this time than, of course, in the Arena Open. I'm ready. I'm ready to forget what happened already and move on and get a trophy with this next deck that I draft. Now, before I head into this draft, I just wanted to say that this video is brought to you by tcgplayer.com. Go to tcgplayer.com for all your Magic the Gathering singles and sealed product needs. Make sure you click that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. Additionally, check out heavyplay.com for premium Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories. If you want the top of the line deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, dice boxes, and more, go to heavyplay.com/paulcheon for 10% off your first order. All right, here we go. Let's open a bomb. I don't see any bombs in this pack, sadly. There's a Bring to Light, cool constructed card a long time ago. There's the Archway Angel if you want to do the Gates thing. There's Zulaport Cutthroat. I'm going to take Fight with Fire, just a really solid removal spell. And then obviously if you ever flood out, this is the ultimate flood protection. Zulaport Cutthroat, Boon Satyr, also fine options at uncommon, and all the commons are kind of bad. So happy at least got to first pick a playable, solid uncommon here. Bad in the context of first picks. Moving to pack number 2, we have Celestial Archon, which is okay. Scytheclaw Raptor is just a really solid creature. Just 3 mana for a 4/3. And if your opponents ever have tricks up their sleeves, well, they take a gazillion damage. There's District Guide if you want to do the Gates thing. Slide Runner is fine, but I think the Raptor is better. So I'm just going to take that. Archon is also fine if you wanted to take that. But given that I first picked the Fight with Fire, I'm just going to take another solid red card here in the Raptor. All right, pick number 3. What do we have? Biden of Thassa is cool, but I think it's more cool than actually good. We have a number of really solid options here at common. We have Witch's Mark, which is just, it's performing as one of the best commons in the set, which is pretty nuts. It's a very, very good card. There's also Hero of Erois, Archaeologist to some degree, and then there's the Undead Butler as well. Although you get these, typically get these a little bit later. I'm just going to take the Witch's Mark. This is a very, very high-level red common. Red typically wants to be aggressive, and you're very happy with the Witch's Mark. But if I knew for sure I was in red-white, probably take the Hero of Erois. If I knew for sure I was in a control deck, probably take the Archaeologist, but I think taking the Witch's Mark there is fine. I think a lot of those picks are close enough where I'm happy taking the Witch's Mark. But now I will probably take the Triplicate Spirits. This card is awesome. Just a nice way to go wide in your aggressively slanted red decks. Nothing else here that really stands out. Dragon Mantle is kind of filler level. There's also District Guide if you wanted to go red-green. Crewfix is wildly unplayable. It's probably the worst of the gods for a limited. Just doesn't do anything. So yeah, Triplicate Spirit seems like a fine pickup here. Keep the aggression going. And now, wow. So here, this is interesting. There's a Heartpiercer Manticore and a Rimrock Knight. I already have some expensive cards, and if I'm looking to move into red-white, the Rimrock Knight could be really tempting here. Yeah, I think in red-white, Rimrock Knight's better. I love the Manticore, and in red-black, I think it is better. But we already have, Triplicate Spirits, which you probably cast on turn 4, Fight with Fire. I'm just more interested in taking the cheaper card here in the Rimrock Knight. I mean, even if I end up in red anything, I think the first Rimrock Knight here makes sense to just manage our curve. Also, Wingsteed Rider in the pack, which is fine, but I do like the Rimrock Knight more. And now there's a Phalanx Leader. So now if we take the Phalanx Leader, we are trying to skew our mana base more obviously into white and move things in that direction. White does feel like it's pretty open, but I mean, I just hate that this is double white though. Like if I'm really red aggro, can I just take the Makindi Slide Runner? I can also take Fall of the Hammer, but I think I'd rather have creatures right now. You know what? I'm just going to take the plunge. Let's go. Let's go for it. White seems open. It seems like the thing to do. Even though I started off with a bunch of red cards, I think I'm probably going to see more white cards. I'll take another Witch's Mark here. I like Kabira Takedown, but Witch's Mark I think is the best of the ways to target your creatures and make them grow. This pack is a bit of a whiff. I'll take the Labyrinth Champion. If the deck doesn't quite end up the way that I want it to, it's a, it wears enchantments very, very well. Wow, why did I say it that way? Well, I'll take Dragon Mantle here as another way to trigger my Heroic. I think I like that over Swift Reckoning or Boulder Salvo. And now I will take the Slide Runner. We have 4 spells at this point. Do need to pick up some more creatures. So we'll take the Slide Runner for the deck. Oh, and the Hero of Eros tabled. I'm glad I took the Phalanx Leader. We do need to make sure we skew heavier towards white mana given the Phalanx Leader. So this is kind of one of those, or I just don't play the Phalanx Leader. But if I have an instance where it's close between a white and a red card, I might lean into the white card. Could also just be mono red. We'll see. This is a lot of cards. Here I'll take, I don't think I'm playing either of these cards, so it doesn't really matter. Oh, another Slide Runner. All right. Nobody is looking to beat down, I will say. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ways to target. So the red-white heroic deck is wide open. We actually have too many playables. We have 12 cards for this deck already. Like, we're getting to the point where you could even consider cutting the Raptor if somehow your deck ends up being too good. Because you just want everything that says heroic on it. Well, Wingsteed Rider, that was in one of the packs. Oh, Martial Glory, last pick? Okay. Okay. Hero of Eros, I will first pick here. Just one of the best cheap creatures to play for this type of deck. I'm not going to, you know what? Pack 2 might be bad for me. I'm just not going to consider what I'm going to cut. What if we have fun and just play a 50 card deck? Chromanticore! Oh, this card is so awesome. This is one of the best cards if you're the Gates deck. It just gets you back from behind. It's so, so good. Fellstinger is really solid. Stormchaser Mage is also really solid. I will take this Witch's Mark, though. Although we are getting heavy on spells now, so I will prioritize creatures here. I just don't really need any more Witch's Marks in this type of deck. This is the perfect Aggro and Crusader deck, though. Look at all these ways to modify my creatures. Lagana Band Trailblazer. I think it's too early for me to take something like that. I think I'm just going to take Mogis' Warhound in this type of deck. Follow the Hammer is also fine, but I have a ton of spells, and I like the fact that this is something that I can play turn 2 as a creature, but at the same time you can bestow and get value off of that. Here we'll take the Crusader. Very, very happy with the Crusader here. And here we have, Rubble Belt Raiders is really interesting if I choose not to play white. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm going to play the white. Let's be real. I'm just going to take the Mogis' Warhound. Like, it's a good card, but the Warhound's also fine. And, Hero of Eros is a really good card in this deck, so. Speaking of Hero of Eros, Boros Gilgit's also interesting, but I don't have it in me to pass the Hero of Eros with this setup. I mean, there's plenty of cards here. Like, all these cards on the right, I can probably consider shaving. But we have a 2-pack deck, basically. I will take my 2-pack deck against anybody else's 2-pack deck. We'll take Follow the Hammer. It's kind of our second removal spell. So it can be okay. Don't think I'm going to play a second Martial Glory with all these combat tricks. Maybe there's a world I play Heliod's Pilgrim. No. I mean, I'm not going to play either. I feel like all these other cards are better. Like, Follow the Hammer is probably better than Martial Glory. I'll take the creature. I don't think I'll need Boulder Salvo in this deck. Although, I mean, given my deck, I'm probably not going to play this either. Take another Dragon Mantle. All right, probably not taking Martial Glory. Maybe this isn't even a Triplicate Spirits deck. I have no idea. We're on 20 cards. We're at 20 cards. I'll take Boulder Salvo in case I feel like I really need a removal spell. You know, with my mana, I probably will cut the Phalanx Leader. It might even just be a splash for the triple hero. This could even be a 15-land deck, honestly. This deck wants like a Monastery Swiftspear over anything. So 2 removal spells. I mean, I can probably shave some number of Dragon Mantles. And I'd like our creature configuration, 10 creatures here. Obviously, we have way more in the sideboard too. Sideboard cards. Sideboard cards. Alrighty. Wingsteed Rider is good, but double white is tough. This is just the perfect... This is about as good of an Aggro and Crusader deck as you can get, right? Double Mogis' Warhound, Rimrock Knight, triple Dragon Mantle, double Witch's Mark. I mean, that's everything that you want. This is really interesting. It's not Fight with Fire. It's either Hero of Erois or Coordinated Assault. I think I just want the Hero. We're just going all in on heroic stuff. We already have 6 ways to target our creatures, not to mention Warhound and Rimrock Knight. Ordeal of Perfora. No, we're just taking all the... All right, here we go. Pedal to the metal. Do I even play Scytheclaw Raptor? Is this a good deck? I don't know. But I want it to be. Four Dragon Mantles might be pushing it. I don't know. Maybe it's not. Like, I mean, it just grows. It just makes a bunch of tokens. Wild Slash, Mogis' Warhound, or Follow the Hammer. I think I'll take the first Wild Slash. Ooh, Rimrock Knight. Love to see that. Gate Colossus, sure. Look at our curve, by the way. 1.7. I've never had sub 2 before in my life, but we are very close to potentially pulling that off here. All right, I'll play a 3-mana creature. Come on, I can play the Raptor. I don't need another Boundarylands Ranger. I guess I'll take Follow the Hammer. Is this good in my deck? I do have Quad Hero of Erois. Like, it's good with all of these. It's a 3 damage burn spell. Don't really care about Artful Maneuver. Extricator of Sins, probably not good, but whatever. If I have Delirium, this deck doesn't get Delirium that often. All right, things are dying off. We're going to take the rare. But you know what? We got everything we needed. Oh, there's a coordinate. You know what? I might want this Boros Guildgate. I just have so many cards. No, Coordinated Assault looks fantastic here. I can shave like some of these. Don't have to play all the Dragon Mantles. This is going to be an interesting deck to build. A very interesting deck. I really wanted like a Monastery Swiftspear or something. I don't really like Ordeal very much. All right, you know what? Let's build it one at a time. Oh my gosh, another Mogis' Warhound. I already have 2 Follow the Hammers, so I don't think I want a third. But I can really play a 50-card deck. I'm not going to. It's just my cuts are going to be very difficult here. Yep, just a last pick, another common that can go into my deck. Alrighty. So we're going to try to minimize the white cards that we play. I think my only white card that I want to play are the 4 heroes. Yeah. Definitely playing all the Witch's Marks, all the Rimrock Knights, all the Mogus's Warhounds, Slide Runners. These are all 2-drops, by the way. Fight with Fire, Wild Slash. The Raptor. We're on 50. Yeah, because you want to keep your creature count still relatively high. So those are all the creatures that I want to play. I'm not going to play Triplicate Spirits just because I think it's going to be tough for my mana. And then we have some number of these, some number of those, and possibly that, possibly this. All right. Probably can cut Martial Glory. Our curve is just outrageously low. Can probably play 15 lands. I don't know that I want the Ordeal. Like, it can be good. I just think it's a little too situational, and I have a lot of other good ways to target. So the reason why I'm playing 15 lands, not only is my curve a 1.7, we have a bunch of Witch's Marks that, you know, we can also use to get some lands if we need. 15 creatures, okay. I wonder if the Slide Runners are worse because I have less lands. I think Dragon Mantles get worse in multiples just because you don't have all the mana to... Like, you can't just mindlessly pump stuff. And we have 4 Dragon Mantles and 3 Witch's Marks, which is really heavy. So maybe we can cut 2 of those. All right, I think that's the deck. We still have some interaction. We have a really good combat trick and coordinated assault. Triple Aggro and Crusader with double Dragon Mantle, triple Witch's Mark, double Rimrock Knight. So we have... Fall the Hammer doesn't really count. So 3, 4, 5, 7 ways to pump it. And triple Mogus's Warhound, which oftentimes will be something that we play on turn 3. I mean, is it better to just go mono? Like, just because of how deep my deck is, I'm going to at least consider it here. I'm looking at the cards, and I would need to play just like a... Yeah. 13 creatures... And I have to play like a couple of Boundary Lands Rangers. If I had more like good red creatures, I guess. But look. It was at least worth considering, but I'm not going to do it. All right, let's go 9 and 6. Okay, let's see how this goes. All right, now before round 1 starts, I just wanted to say that if you've been enjoying all of this content and wanted to support the channel in another way, my Patreon is the best way to do so. That's patreon.com/paulcheon. Shout out to all the patrons. Thank you so much for all your support. Access to the Patreon will give you access to my Discord channel, which I do believe is a really great way to up your limited game. This is exactly the type of hand that I was hoping for. 2 mountains of plains, Crusader, Hero of Erois, Wild Slash, and Witch's Mark. Come on. Are we on the play too? I think so. My question is, do I go Witch's Mark here? Or do I go Hero of Erois? I think Hero of Erois is pretty good here. Especially because I have the Mogus's Warhound. Crawl Harpooner, okay. Wow. This is disgusting, by the way. All right. Let's go ahead and kill the Harpooner. And then the question is, which of these red cards do I use? I think it's the Warhound. I just don't know what to target. I think it's just a Crusader. +1/+1 counter versus an extra token. I think I want the extra token. Oh no! Hornet Nest? Oh my gosh! What a disaster! Oh no. I mean, that's like one of the absolute worst things that could have happened. They can get really greedy and block my 1/1, I guess. They should just block my Crusader. Or whatever, my hero, sure. Wow. Well, Slide Runner is going to be what I target with my stuff with now. Because of a Hornet Nest. Oh my gosh. I can't think of a better card against me in that spot than Hornet Nest. I guess the Sweeper would also be really bad. Coordinated Assault, I guess, would be pretty good. Oh my gosh. Where do I want to put this Witch's Mark? I guess this makes tokens, right? Now what do I discard? Warhound or Witch's Mark? They're both really good. Oh, okay, never mind. I'm not going to be able to do anything. Sure. That's fine. All right. Good beats. I mean, that's as... Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, we had, like, the best possible start here, and now we just have to hope we can follow that up with something good. Just gotta try to get him low now, I guess. If they do something to the Labyrinth Champion, at least it won't kill this token. Voyaging Satyr, okay. Could be like a Fall of the Hammer type effect, I suppose. I'm just gonna attack with this and see what happens. Okay, Labyrinth Champion down. I will play Hero of Erois in pass. They're at 3 life. Conclave Naturalist kills Mogis' Warhound. Oh, that's brutal. Yeah. Okay. Let's go Witch's Mark on Hero of Erois. So that is a 4/4, but that's not big enough. I can wait. I can certainly wait. Because I have the Crusader, which can pop out a bunch of tokens as well. So that could be good as well. Yeah, because if I put Dragon Mantle on Hero, since I don't have a land, it'll only be a 5/5 and it won't be big enough. So let's just play the Crusader and pass. Like, I know that they can kill the hero, but I don't want to attack, give them this free trade, and then if they use a removal on the Crusader, I just have nothing left, right? Whereas if they kill my hero, then the window is available for me to just put a bunch of things on my Aggro Crusader. Looks like a Savage Punch, okay. They're at 2 life. I have another Witch's Mark here. Ooh, what a tight one. What a tight one. How can I get in the last 2 points of damage? Basically, I need them not to have a removal spell here. That's all. Okay. Don't do it. Oh, you're the worst. You're the worst. All right, well, They're at 1. God, we've used all of the Witch's Mark, sadly. The second Savage Punch. Whew. Gnarlback Rhino, okay. Yep. I mean, their deck looks excellent for what their deck's trying to do. Do I have 4 Witch's Marks? That would certainly be great. That would be fantastic if that was a thing. Come on, another removal spell? Okay. Alright. Alright. Look. Usually a red-green deck will do well against a red-white deck because their creatures are so big. And Hornet Nest was just devastating. I still love this deck for what it's worth. Like, I think there's a chance that's our only loss. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. Turn 1 Crusader. Oh my gosh, we have turn 1 Crusader, Dragon Mantle, Rimrock Knight. Just don't Wild Slash me. Hopeful Eidolon, sure. It's actually really interesting. Do I just kill the Hopeful Eidolon? Sure. The thing is, with the Rimrock Knights, I should be able to just attack through anything. Sure. That's not gonna... Let's make another 1/1 with haste. And attack. Look at my board. This is ridiculous. What are you gonna do? Play a Wingsteed Rider? Sure. I mean, they kind of have to block. Okay, well, this is a board that exists. What can they do? Syndicate Messenger, sure. Dragon Mantle. I felt like I was playing a constructed deck. They played a 1-drop, a 2-drop, and a 3-drop, and they had no chance. Okay. Okay. I am loving this. I am loving this. Alright. Got the Hero of Erois, but we have turn 1 Aggro and Crusader. Cannot mulligan. It's what our deck does. Yep, let's attack. Then let's play the Slide Runner. And then we can Warhound next turn, which would be really nice. Warhound on the Acheron Crusader, that is. Maybe it's like a Stasis Snare? I don't know. Some kind of removal spell or a creature? Who knows? Pilgrim's Eye. Okay. Well, this makes our play next turn very simple. They can block my token, I guess. Probably just pitching the Hero of Erois, but obviously it depends on what their follow-up is. I assume they're going to want to do something to this Crusader. Nope. Kabira takedown, sure. Like Gust of Wind on Crusader, I guess, is the thing they can do. But I just replay it. What the? Really? They said, oops. Yeah, that was definitely some kind of... That was definitely a misstep of some kind. I could Witch's Mark, but I think I'd rather just play another big creature here. So now this is 2 creatures they have to deal with, right? Instead of just this one Aggro Crusader. And I have Fall of the Hammer to kill something big. And then I have Coordinated Assault, Witch's Mark. I just have all the tricks. All right, another beating. Okay, so as long as we can avoid a Hornet Nest. As long as we can avoid Hornet Nest, I'm just loving this deck. I really am. This is the most aggressive deck I've ever drafted. Okay. Oh, another Aggro Crusader turn 1. We are on the draw, though, unfortunately. I just want to win every die roll. Is that too much to ask? Okay, you know what? It probably is, but come on. Come on. Have you considered come on? So any land here would be good, or Witch's Mark. Those would all be ideal things here. Devour Flesh is... Yeah, so... Yeah, well... Not much to do. Just got to play out the Warhound. Okay, there is a Witch's Mark, which we'll use to target there. Pitch a hero, because we don't have a white source. I don't think I need to put Dragon Mantle on it. I just feel like this is a creature that has a good chance of them just killing. Fell Stinger, sure. They should have attacked me, but I guess if you don't... If you dislike dealing damage, this is an option. Cloudfin Raptor, where did that come from? I'm doing this to cycle. I'm just hoping they don't have a removal spell, obviously. Doing it to cycle while I have the opportunity to fire it off, because if they have a removal spell, then and kill my creature in response, it could end up being pretty bad for me. So I guess they're like a Dimir deck? Nope, they're just all over the place. Okay. But they were able to curve out nicely, and they're going to hit me pretty hard here. Not ideal. Not ideal. Well, I guess we're somewhat racing. I want to save the Mogus' Warhound as a surprise. If they want to, for example... well, now I feel stupid. Man, we are getting... This is a brew! It's working, though. It is definitely working. Like, they were able to curve out nicely. That Devour Flesh was really, really big. I did not think I would get 4-color Gate Raptored. I did not see that. That was not on my bingo card. Probably should just block. Seven, 8, 9, 10, 11. Almost. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If they play a big creature and can extort me, then I guess I'm dead. But otherwise, they still just have blockers. So, I mean, they can still just attack me with their flyers and then skirmisher me and get me. Man, if I go 2 and 2, a part of me really wants to just try the mono red deck. I think you want me to try the mono red deck. I think I'm trying to convince myself that I should play the mono red deck. Yeah, because we're dead here. Yep. Okay. No, that really worked out. Just like the sequencing was beautiful there. All right. Just for fun, okay? Because we are not going for a clean win, let us now attempt the bold, the beautiful, the mono red. Something along those lines. Wait, why did I don't think I want Labyrinth Champion in here, especially with 15 lands. I mean, what's the limit? Like, how low can we go on lands? Yeah, we'll just do this. Mono red. Mono red. You know, the Boundary Lands Ranger, I feel like it will actually trigger a decent number of the time with all the Dragon Mantles and such that we have. So let's see how this goes. No Acheron Crusader turn 1. Our mana is obviously way more consistent, and our Dragon Mantles get a lot better. Those are the advantages of being mono red. Maybe I should just play Labyrinth Champion. What do you think? Like, should I just play like 15 lands playing a 4-drop? But Labyrinth Champion can randomly be awesome with all my auras, right? So maybe. But I really want to put my auras on just like my 1-drops and such, right? So. Okay. I mean, we have the ideal start here. Hopefully we can continue putting pressure. Need another creature here. Or a Witch's Mark, something along those lines. Selesnya Charm main phase. All right, getting in for 5. I mean, this is kind of all we have, right? This is all we have. If they play a Gnarlback Rhino, we have the Fight with Fire. Or that, same thing. All right, let's keep attacking. We're almost out of action. The Mogus's Warhound was an interesting draw, though, because that makes a 4-power creature. And then I can also rummage with the Boundary Lands Ranger. I don't think I want to rummage. And I think I want to only attack with the Slide Runner and see what they do. Ah, sure. Okay. Two cards in hand for the opponent. They're at 8 life, however. Colony Ambush, I would love, because then I can Rimrock Knight. But if they play like an Unflinching Courage, we're just super dead. Yeah, we are super dead. All right, so our only play now is to just double block and then Rimrock Knight and just hope they have nothing. All right, it worked. But they gained a bunch of life. I'm going to keep this land in my hand because of Witch's Mark. And now we have the Fall of the Hammer. Man, we got Unflinching Couraged. Okay. Hero of Erois. Okay. You know, the only issue here is I just don't love my top decks. Oh, wow. Okay. All right, I need Witch's Mark. I need... We're just both top decking, but they have way bigger creatures to top deck. That's the issue. Okay. Dragon Mantle into Rimrock Knight? That's insane to me. Okay. So they're at 3. And then we get to play Rimrock Knight. Okay. I mean, they're just dead. For the most part. Unless they have Unflinching Courage. Whew, that one was way closer than I thought it would be. Oh my gosh. At least the games are fast, right? At least the games are fast. Alright, so I cut 1 Boundary Lands Ranger for 1 Labyrinth Champion. We'll see how that goes. You know one card I'm really missing? Gearpoor Gearcrafter. Didn't pick up a single one of those. Alright, I'll keep this hand. 3 mountains on the play here. No 1-drop, but we got a turn 2 Slide Runner into however we want to modify it. I like Warhound just because it gives me another creature. If they kill my Slide Runner. Consider, okay. They must have a gate, maybe? They kept. Cloudfin, I see. Cloudfin Raptor is the play, sure. Yeah, like I said, I like this because if they play a Gust of Wind or anything, I will still have a piece of cardboard left over to attack with next turn. I mean, it's weird because they play Cloudfin Raptor, so a part of them probably really wants to play a creature. And they did. Okay. That pumps the Cloudfin Raptor. For me, it's just, what do I want to do? Right? Do I Witch's Mark or do I just Dragon Mantle? Dragon Mantle just lets me get in for a ton of damage. Ooh, that's a Dreadbore. 1 blue, they can't do anything, really. Maybe they don't have a mountain? I also don't mind the idea of Witch's Mark here. Just because I want to find another creature to play here if possible. Okay, I'm going to save the Dragon Mantle because I have the Mogus's Warhound. Maybe use the Wild Slash on the Cloudfin Raptor, depending on what they do. Could also use it as a way to finish them off. There's the mountain, okay. Alright, well, we still have something left over, which is nice. I'm going to keep the Wild Slash, like, I think it'll be fine to do so. Let's go Dragon Mantle. See if we find anything. Oh my gosh. Well, you know what? My tokens can't even actually do anything. So maybe I just attack with the Mogus's Warhound first and see what they do. They're certainly going to block with the Archaeologist, I think. If they don't, then I can hit them for a lot of damage. Cloudfin Raptor block, okay. Sure. All right. I mean, maybe I should have spread that around, but I feel like having the extra token in this type of matchup seems quite nice. I can also pump the Crusader now and use Fall of the Hammer to make another token. Although I think there's a really good chance they just killed my Crusader here. Night Howler, okay. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. That was a mistake. That was a mistake. Swift Warkite, that's fine. I think they're just dead. Pure Grixis, huh? Creature heavy version. The thing is the creature gets bounced, so the best thing to do is I guess maybe like... I guess you can hit me for a bunch with Night Howler, but then it gets picked up. But the thing is, they're just dead on board. Right? They're just dead on board. Like, I don't need to do anything. I mean, they do have a sweet deck. Grixis good cards, I guess, is the best way to describe their deck. All right. All right. Took it down. Took it down. Should I switch back to the white? I don't know. I'm having a lot of fun with this red, the mono red deck. Just felt like Hero was going to be so good, but just, I mean, these colors are just so open. You can kind of do whatever you want. And with 4 Dragon Mantles, all the mountains seem pretty nice. All right, on the play with mountains and red cards. I will keep. What is this? Utamog? Are these Utamog sleeves? They sure are. Oh man, can you imagine if I managed to pick up a Monastery Swift Spear or two? Oh, it would be over. Except against a Hornet Nest player. That would have still been a tough time. Let's play the Slide Runner here. Couple of Dragon Mantles. Might just play the Rimrock Knight. Depends. Depends on whether or not I hit a land or what kind of 1-drops I find. Looks like they're passing here. I don't want to run out Dragon Mantle when there's this much mana available. Although they didn't do anything. Alright, they just had nothing. I gave up 2 damage there, playing kind of conservative, but I think it's going to be okay. Oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow. So many options. I kind of want to get this Cyclops off the battlefield, though. The question here is, do I want a Rimrock Knight or do I want a Coordinated Assault? It's a good question. Let's go Coordinated Assault and then play the Crusader. I don't think they have removal. Because I think if they had removal, they would have cast it on turn 2 or 3. Okay. Probably just killing this. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about the coordinated assault. Because now my Aggro and Crusader doesn't really get to stay alive here. Like, what are you even considering? Like, you're obviously going to keep this back to block, right? Okay. How do I want to do this? Let's go Dragon Mantle on Crusader. Another Crusader. Let's play a land. Let's kill the Loyalist. Let's attack with everything. Let's pump. It's Rimrock Knight. Alright, they're at 7 life, and we have a pretty wide board. Okay, got it done. I wasn't sure. There was slight timing tell there, where I thought there might have been a good chance on turn 2 that they didn't have anything, and in that instance, maybe I'm just supposed to go for the Rimrock Knight. It's just such a beating if they have something. But, like, that was a... 2 damage is very, very relevant there. Hey, but we started out 2-2, and we're 5-2 since we switched over to the red deck. On the play with the turn 1 Aggro and Crusader. Love to see it. I think I'm still supposed to just play the Slide Runner on turn 2 here, instead of just Dragon Mantling. I think that might change if I draw a Rimrock Knight or something, right? One drop, 2 drop with a coordinated assault. Good start for us. What do they have for 2 mana? Courier's Briefcase, okay. Land was very good. Yep, that was a good turn. I'm just gonna say that was a good turn. I want to save the coordinated assault, I feel. And with the Dragon Mantle, it's gonna be really, really hard to get this Crusader off the battlefield. Keening Apparition is interesting. They have 1 white mana available. I can Warhound this, but then they can just kill the Warhound. Although that's fine, right? If I Warhound this and attack with everything, they block. If they kill the Warhound, then this doesn't die. So yeah, maybe that's actually fine. It just makes another token, right? Oh, they do have... I forgot the Courier's Briefcase gives them access to another mana. Oh, that was bad. Yeah. I mean, we did get a lot of value out of the Crusader already, so it's not too bad. And they use their Briefcase, but yeah. I mean, we still have a really big board with a coordinated assault, and the Artful Maneuver on offense here is not going to do anything. It's just a matter of what big creature will they play here to get around this coordinated assault. Evolving Wilds, okay. Land would be good just so I can play 2 creatures. Fight with Fire. Think I'm going to hold that for a bigger creature. I think the plan here is to just attack with everything. And kind of make them flinch. Like, if they want to block a 1-1, so be it. Yeah. And I'm happy with them just taking 5 damage here, if that's where this goes. Oh, I see. They're going to block and then kill the Warhound. Before damage. Yep, that saves the most damage. Heads up play from the opponent. They still take 4 damage, and then we just play another Slide Runner here. Now, a land off the top becomes that much more devastating, just because we have so much power in play. Also, if they just play 1 creature, it's not too bad, right? Yep. There you have it. Another beatdowns. Okay, from 2-2 to 6-2. Can we get the reverse trophy? Were we 1-2 at one point? No, I think we were 2-2. It would be satisfying to trophy with this deck, I will say. All right, on the play. No one, well, I mean, I got 2 mountains and some creatures. I'm going to keep this. It's just a bunch of 2-drops. Land number 3 would be particularly good. Just to... Okay, well, that also works. Makindi Slide Runner for us, and then we'll probably Witch's Mark. Oh, we drew a land, actually. No, this is better. We'll go land, bestow, and boom, smack for 5. The Warhound is so good in this type of deck. Wow. Land would be good. Sure. All right, opponent is at 9. And if they kill the Warhound, well, we'll have a backup Warhound. Master of... Oh, no! Master of Waves? Well, at least my creature tramples. Yikes. Yeah, okay. They can block, but like... All right. They're at 3. And with Witch's Mark plus Wild Slash, that could do it, right? That could do it, depending on what they have. Steam Augury is not going to get it done. Yes! Yes! Oh, most aggressive deck ever. You can have that pile. Most aggressive deck ever. What was my average mana curve? I mean, it was just ridiculous. This is incredible. I guess they could have rapid hybridization, right? Or not. Oh my gosh. We just built a beast of a creature with the Slide Runner. Like I said, Mogus's Warhound, I love in super aggressive red shells. The being forced to attack doesn't really matter, because oftentimes you're just going to have Rimrock Knights and tricks and what have you to kind of push damage through. And man, I was going to be so disappointed if this deck went like 2-3, because we were 2-2 to start. We had 4 Hero of Eros in our sideboard. We could have built this deck any number of ways, but ultimately I went for the mono red plan to make the Dragon Mantles that much better. And this felt like a Pioneer Masters block constructed deck. Look at this beautiful, beautiful deck. CMC 1.8. 1.8. Unbelievable. I'm playing the champion only because I have 3, 4, 5, 9, 10, 12. I have 15 ways to trigger Heroic, so I figured this will be my one top-end card. Triple Crusader with all these ways to pump it. Bunch of tricks. Follow the Hammer was good. Warhound was good. Rimrock Knight was fine. Coordinated Assault was good. This deck worked perfectly, and I'm super happy that I made the switch to mono red, because you know what? It was probably correct. It was probably correct, and man, what a beautiful, beautiful deck that we have in front of us. Oh. Just feels so nice. You know I didn't make day 2 of the Arena Open, and that sucks. And I could have drafted differently. But to be able to bounce back and do this and just beat the crap out of everybody, oh man, it is so satisfying. All right. I need to relax now. I need to relax and cool down, enjoy my Sunday with my children. But you know what? This was an excellent draft. And super happy that I was able to share it with all of you. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, as I really do appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for more daily videos just like this. If you've enjoyed this content and wanted to support the channel in another way, well, my Patreon is the best way to do so. That's patreon.com/paulcheon. Additionally, check out tcgplayer.com for all your TCG singles and sealed product needs. You want to buy some booster boxes or some singles? TCG Player is the place to go. Click that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. Last but not least, check out heavyplay.com for all your MTG supplies and accessories needs. You need some deck boxes, you need some play mats, you need some dice boxes, you name it, they got it. Heavyplay.com/paulcheon will get you 10% off your first order. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.